Hello everyone and welcome back to Crypto Empire, where we dominate the crypto market. I am your host for this live stream. My name is Connor, and boy oh boy do we have a lot to discuss today. It has been an absolutely explosive week, specifically for Bitcoin, but we also saw Ethereum and the altcoins take off as well. So what's going to happen next from here? What should you be looking out for? I'll be covering everything that you do need to know during the course of this live stream. So be sure to get comfortable, buckle up, and get ready for yet another amazing Crypto Empire Sunday live stream. Big shout out to everybody in our live chat already, specifically McNaz96, All Day Dre, as well as Jazzy with us nice and early. With that being said, let's get things started right away by taking a look at the crypto market overview. So taking a look at the market as it stands, we have an overall market cap of $1.23 trillion and Bitcoin trading for $30,400 and Ethereum trading at $1,888. So those are holding, Bitcoin staying stable above 30K, and that is giving room for some altcoins to have a bit of a nice pump. Some altcoins are running, some are doing anything. All right, so we'll be taking a look at a lot of altcoins today to find profitable and good risk-reward trade setups as we do go into a brand new week here. So definitely be sure to pay attention and have your own trading view open so you can chart along with me as we do find these altcoin trade setups. Let's take a look at the gainers and losers on the day. Biggest gainers, we have Anchor Protocol. Is this some kind of glitch? $15.8 million of traded volume. It is up 25x. Anchor Protocol, of course, from the Terra Luna blockchain. Looks like it just came back from the dead today. I want to take a look at this and see what the heck is going on with Anchor. What happened here? 25x in a day. So a slow bleed for, over 1 year. May 2022, it was on KuCoin. Then all of a sudden today, or this week I should say, it's up. Now this must be some kind of glitch by CoinGecko. But regardless, Anchor Protocol coming back from the dead. I'm not sure what the news is, what they're doing to get that kind of price action, but interesting to see. That just goes to show you what kind of market we're in right now. We're in a period of time where altcoins are taking off. These moments are few and far between. If you have been in crypto for a while, you understand that 90% of the time, these high-risk beta assets to Bitcoin and ETH usually do nothing, right? Altcoins usually do nothing for 90% of the time, and then we have the 10% of times when they really do start to move. And with price action like this that we're seeing on some random altcoins that we all thought were dead, it is safe to assume that we're entering into that 10% period of time where altcoins are going to be exploding. So we want to make sure that we're on the right side of all these trades here, that we can actually profit from these explosions. Because let's be real for a second. What makes the real money in crypto? Is it holding Bitcoin, where you can see, a modest 2, 3, maybe a 5x? Last run, you saw like a 20x from below 4K up to 69K, right? But usually there's diminishing returns in these cycles. So I don't expect to see like a 15, 20x from Bitcoin again, maybe a 5x around there. ETH can go ahead and pull some good numbers. A 10x from here will put it at 18K. But really, where is the big money made? Is the point I'm trying to make here. The big money is made with altcoins. Altcoins really haven't done jack yet. Right? They haven't done jack diddly squat. We are waiting for that period in time where the altcoins are really going to take off and explode. So we still have time for that. It hasn't happened yet, and it will come. You need to be patient, and of course you need to position yourself correctly to profit from those huge moves. So the point I'm making here is just, you're not late to the party. You're actually still early, and we're entering into a period of time in the market right now where I am expecting altcoins to start to take off. But let me explain what needs to happen for altcoins to actually take off. And in order for me to explain, we're going to take a look at Bitcoin first. So Bitcoin over here, starting things off on the weekly chart. So if you guys recall, last Sunday during our live stream, I was explaining how we were essentially in this descending parallel channel, right? This descending bullish consolidation structure is exactly how I described it last week, 1 week ago exactly in our live stream, and we were holding above that 25K level. Well, long story short, this 2 months of downwards price action, really a bullish consolidation, it broke out in 1 week. 2 months of losses wiped out in 1 week's time. Very, very impressive and quite unusual move really for Bitcoin. I say unusual because it's not often that we get these types of moves. We have gotten them quite a bit so far in 2023. We got it at the start of the year in January, where Bitcoin exploded from around 16K straight up to 23,000. Then we got another explosive move in March after the big banking scare, where Bitcoin went from 21K straight up to 28,000, and now we just got another huge move where Bitcoin went from 25, 26K straight up to 31 here. All right, so we've gotten 3 of these crazy moves in the past 6 months. So it is not normal. It is quite rare if you get if you're picking up what I'm putting down, if we're all on the same sheet of music here. Now what happens next? So clearly you can see the big sweep we just got over here at $31,000. $31,000 was the high price for 2023. This took place on the week of April 10th. We have swept that level on this weekly candle. So as it stands right now, this weekly candle, it is certainly bullish, but we need to be cautious to long the top here. Just blindly aping into a long after this huge explosive move may not be the wisest thing. The wise thing, in my opinion, to do right now would be to actually wait for a pullback and get long on that pullback, okay? So, yeah, I mean, huge explosion out of this descending consolidation structure, straight up to 31K, the yearly highs. We sweep these highs, all right? If the weekly candle closes how it is right now in 4 hours time, 5 hours time, when the clock strikes 24 hours, 2,400 hours, then yeah, I certainly would be waiting for a pullback. And with that being said, we do also have this $32,000 level, which was these candle highs going back to May of 2022, right? This is a supply zone. Has not been tested yet on BTC. So higher, we have the 32K supply level, and then lower, let's explain what we're looking out for on a pullback right now so that we're all on the same page. Let's take a look at our Spaceman BTC key levels indicator to pull up some important levels on our chart. And really the 2 levels that I am looking at for a pullback, quite simple. Again, we also have, if we go to the 4 hour, we have some pretty strong and pretty obvious 4 hour bearish divergence. RSI has reset down to 58, right? So it's cooling off. So maybe we just pump right up to 32K. Before we do actually pull back. It is certainly possible, and that would be a triple drive, which is what we look for our rising wedge structure. Right, a triple drive, usually a rising wedge will have 3 taps, so it would be something like this. And then you would look for that divergence again. So that is possible. It's a scenario. It's not guaranteed to happen. But our levels that I'm looking for, first one over here around $29,200 is going to be the bottom of our green zone here. All right, that's our first level, and the second level I'd be watching out for would be this previous range high, right? The month of May had a trading range with the high up here at around 28,300 and the lows down here at 25,800, right? The high and low range for May. And we also have this this was in May as well. All right, so the May high up here, 28,400. And this is the quarterly open as well. All right, so quarter 2 opened over here at $28,450. So this certainly is a level I would be waiting for a pullback to get long. 29,200, 28,400 are our 2 levels. We also have the 2021 yearly open at 28,800. So really this whole kind of region, let me put this in a box. This whole kind of region is going to be the bid zone. Let's put some text up on the screen. The bid zone in here, right? Really from 29,200 down to 28,400. When we do get a pullback, because we really haven't had any pullbacks during the course of this entire blast off move higher, just went straight up, Only consolidations for a few hours before the next move higher. No pullbacks whatsoever. So longing the top here, it could work, but chances are it's not going to work. So you really just can't blindly long here. And like I said, these are our two levels to watch for. Now, let's talk about what altcoins need to see if they're going to keep on blasting off here, because this is very important, and this is, what we're all looking for. We want to see these altcoins have the 50% daily pumps, the 100% pumps in one day. How does that happen? That happens by Bitcoin stabilizing. So I think if we do get the scenario, which is just Bitcoin goes sideways for another, 2-3 days here to start out the week. If Bitcoin just goes sideways, also we're approaching the end of the month as well, the end of the month of June. All right, so if we do end up just going sideways to close out the month, and Bitcoin holds up here above 30K, above 29K, and it just does nothing, just a crab price action market, that's going to give the fuel for liquidity to roll over into the altcoin market. All right, so let's say, nothing happens, that Bitcoin doesn't dip and it doesn't pump either. It just stays exactly where it is. We want to be trading altcoins, because typically this, after a huge pump on Bitcoin like this, we'll see liquidity flow back into alts. With that being said, we might as well take a look at Bitcoin dominance. And Bitcoin dominance on the daily here. Let's go to the weekly actually. So Bitcoin dominance on the weekly chart is headed higher. It's at 51.53% right now. I have my level drawn over here at 52.87%, but regardless, it's over 50%. This is the first time it's been over 50% in over 2 years. All right, so this is major. This is big. We haven't really seen this in a long time, and this is why Bitcoin is pumping so explosively and altcoins really aren't doing too much. But what we want to see, if altcoins are going to have a little bit of relief, is we want to see the Bitcoin dominance level percentage start to cool off and head back down, maybe around even towards 50% here, 49%. This is going to give enough liquidity for for a few altcoins to really take off to start this week. All right, so this is the scenario that I'm most anticipating, because this is going to be the most profitable outcome in the market to start out the week here, and I want to be on the right side of this. So as of right now, Bitcoin dominance showing a little bit of weakness over here in the daily time frame. And let's take a look on the lower ones as well. Yeah, it's all there. This is all there. A recipe for a perfect breakdown. You're above 50%. You haven't been here in over 2 years. You're starting to show weakness on the lower time frames. While prices are making higher highs, you have the RSI making lower highs. So a lot of stuff here is leading towards this scenario that I just discussed of Bitcoin stabilizing, going sideways, and altcoins seeing the money get flowed into them in some really, really big pumps. All right, so this is what we do want to be on the right side of to start out the week. And also looking at the total 2, this is the Altcoin Market Cap. Let's look at the total 3 actually. So this is the market cap of every coin in the market excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, and it's right here at this resistance level. All right, this is pretty obvious to see this resistance level. Previous support over here in March as well as in January. It got lost, right? Altcoins pretty much went down to where they were to start the year on this wick. Quick rebound, and we're right here trying to flip this resistance back into support. So this is basically the map, right? I just gave you guys the map, the playbook, and what to expect, right? Bitcoin dominance goes down, total 3 altcoin market cap chart goes up, which leads to certain particular altcoins just having mind-blowing, face-melting pumps. And now it's time to talk about which altcoins are the most probable to have these pumps, so that we can, of course, bank some coin, make some gains. Of course, everything is not financial advice here. This is for educational purposes only. But let's find some trade setups, ladies and gentlemen. Let me catch up with this live chat too. See what's going on in the chat. Somebody asking for Sui. We'll take a look at Sui first. We got Top Whales. What up, Top Whale? Or Topi. Sorry, Topi. Topi Whales. What's going on? We got David W in the building as well. Moonshine saying alts is where the money is. Yes, sir. You got that right. You can make a ton of money on the airdrops. We most certainly can make a ton of money on these airdrops, right? I have all step-by-step tutorials. I'm sure you're probably already aware of this, Moonshine, but in case you aren't, I got step-by-step tutorials of all the top airdrops right now. I'm farming them. I'm expecting to make multiple 5 figures from these, maybe even 6 figures. Would be a nice little payday. Nice little payday. We'll see. But yeah, we're farming all the airdrops we can right now. Dre saying we should dive into ordinals. Yeah, ordinals. There's money flowing over there for sure. Moonshine saying he loves this channel. Just miss them because it does not notify me sometimes. Well, Moonshine, I'm glad you're here today, my friend. It's good to see you. We got Jasper as well saying hi, Connor. What's up, Jasper? Moonshine said he's going to join the trading team after the bull run. Sounds good, man. I'll be here. I mean, you should join before, but you do you, man. Do what you want. We got Labradoodle in the building as well. We got Sniff. Everybody's here. What's going on, everybody? Good to see you. Smash up that like button. Let's take a look at some altcoins. McNass says, hey, Connor, can you look at the money flow chart to see how much new money is hitting the market? Also, where do you view the money flow chart? McNass, that's the total, and the total 2 and the total 3, what we just looked at. And if you look at it over here on the daily time frame, even the weekly time frame, to see the flow of money into the market, we had a lot of money come in this past week. If we take a measurement, we had $115 billion, $116 billion enter into the crypto market over this past week. But we haven't made any new highs for the year or anything like that. So we want to see the total, really get back up here to 1.4 trillion, 1.65 trillion ideally, and then head back up here towards 2.5, 3 trillion eventually next bull run. Could happen this year, though. I wouldn't be too surprised. With BlackRock and all the other big dogs on Wall Street filing their spot Bitcoin ETFs. And yeah, we're going to see a lot of institutional money flow into the market, which is why this $3 trillion high up here all the way at the top isn't so far-fetched to break. Even this year, it is possible, right? So this is the money flow chart. You can find this, type in total, right? If you go to TradingView and you look up the symbol search, you type in total, and you have the total 2, and total 3. This is how you look at the money flow of into and out of the crypto market. Now let's take a look at Sui for our man over here in our live chat. And Sui certainly an altcoin worth watching and worth trading. Reason I say this, so if you guys recall, I had Crypto Daniel McAvoy on my channel over here. We posted this interview 13 days ago. Dan, 23-year-old from Australia, he started with around $5,000 and he turned it into over $1 million in 2021. A very, very knowledgeable person, and he's very generous too because he openly shares his knowledge all the time. Now, I suggest you watch this video if you haven't already, and also watch his channel. He just posted a really good interview. Let's actually look at this. This is worth me talking about. I'm not wasting anybody's time here. This is very valuable. So if you go to Dan's channel, no, not his Twitter, his YouTube channel here. And if you look at this video that he just posted, if you own these altcoins, get out now. He posted this 2 days ago. He basically explained for 31 minutes. By the way, this is our interview. But Dan explained here for 30 minutes of why holding the new, fresh altcoins is likely way better than holding old, outdated altcoins that have a lot of bag holders. And long story short, the new altcoins, they have very low supply out of their maximum supply because all of the venture capitalists and all of the pre-sale investors, they're locked. They're vested. Their tokens cannot be accessed for 6 months to 12 months in most cases. A new one like Arbitrum, they have no token unlocks until March of 2024, which means that there's very, very little supply. Let's take a look at this so you know what I'm talking about. This is a key lesson here, and this is, if you guys take this in and actually understand what I'm saying, it's going to lead to you making a lot of money. Now, if you take a look at Arbitrum, the circulating supply is currently 12.75% of the total supply. Okay? 12.75% of the total supply is in circulation for Arbitrum, and this number is not going to go up drastically until March of 2024, which is 8 to 9 months away, which means we have 8 to 9 months of very little sell pressure. Another new one is Sui. Let's take a look at SUI here. SUI, 5.28% of the overall supply is in circulation. 528 million coins out of 10 billion are in circulation. This is extremely low float, very low circulating supply on a new asset. The VCs are all in this. They're all in that pre-sale. They're probably already up. I don't know the numbers. They're up probably like 70x right now, but they cannot sell. I'm not sure on the exact time on when the SUI vesting period ends, but as of right now, we have a runway where we don't have to worry about getting dumped on by all the big VCs in the market. This is how crypto works, right? It's an insider game, and we're at the bottom of the totem pole. But if we can understand how the inflows and outflows work and the currents of the market, then we can position ourselves to play from a position of strength and make money before these VCs get their tokens to dump on retail's heads, which is us. All right, let me know if that makes sense in the live chat. Now, yeah, so SUI, amazing. 5.2% of the overall supply in circulation. That's very, very small. That means that it's not going to take a ton of money to pump this thing. And it's also, let's take a look at the chart. It's also down big. It's down big from where it was. You know, it was trading for $1.50 over here. It's down 50% from that price. And also, if we look at this, it hasn't really moved. A lot of altcoins moved this week. You know, we saw a lot are up 5%, a lot have pumped 15, 20%. SUI has not done anything this week. It's still trading in its Monday range that it formed. So what I would be looking for here on SUI, we did just break this trend line on the 4-hour price chart. Depending on how we want to draw this, something like this. Just looking at this structure, what I'm seeing is we either want to catch this Monday low dip, or maybe we get a dip down to here and then it starts to go up. But yeah, this looks like a bottoming formation. Huge move down. Let's go to a 12-hour. Yeah, SUI, this is not the level where you want to be like selling any of this. This is really the place where you want to be looking to buy. So SUI, like I said, I mean, this looks like it wants to put in a classic double bottom. It just depends where that second bottom is going to be. If it's going to be the first, let's take a look at some fib levels too. So we're holding the 38.2. Typically, if the 38.2 holds, that means that the uptrend is really strong. Okay, so if this level were to actually hold as support, and this is right here at the current price, 74 cents. If 74 cents continues to hold, you know, that just means that the pullback is super shallow, right? This pullback from high to low right now is, it was 18%, which is decent. But for example, if you look at some of these, before any bounce, this one was 24%. This one, you know, 30%. So it's in range. It is in range at 18%. But yeah, this 50% fib level at 21% looks like the area. So there's no crystal ball to tell us exactly what this market is going to do. Right now, we're basically just trading the right side of the chart. Okay, we're using our analysis to predict what's going to happen next. So this is not a guarantee, but this is what I like. This is what I see. Okay, we have these lows over here at 71 to 70 cents. I like that a lot. And then maybe it comes down to 65. It would cause a big Bitcoin pullback to see SUI come back down to 65. But if Bitcoin does give us the pullback, which we discussed just earlier in this live stream, so if you're just joining right now, be sure to rewind the stream where I went over Bitcoin and talked about the possible pullback scenario playing out. This would cause altcoins to also pull back, and this would possibly cause SUI to get a drop down here to the golden pocket at 65 cents. But as it stands right now, I really like this Monday low level at 70 to 71 cents. And really, we're looking to ride this thing high, like really high, not going to lie. You know, back up to 150, 140, 125 into these areas. So we're looking at an 80% gain to a 100% move here on SUI. Very, very possible. And like I just said, 5.2% of the supply is in circulation, and there's no selling pressure from the VCs yet. prime coin to be trading right now. So big shout out to my man who asked me to look at Sui. Your name is in Arabic, so I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, my friend, but thank you for being here today. I appreciate your support in the live stream. Smash up that like button if you haven't already. This is Sui. We might as well take a look at Arbitrum as well, because like we just said, Arbitrum is another one of those new coins that has very low float and has no unlocks until March of 2024, which is about 8 months away. So let's pull up this ARB chart. Where the heck is it? Where is this thing? ARB, here it is. Okay, so Arbitrum. Sniff saying, I can't hear anything you're saying because I'm cutting grass, but I'm here either way. Sniff, you're a legend. Just you being here, I appreciate that act of just being here, my friend. Thank you. Let's see, we got Michael DJI Manor with us. What's up, Michael? He says, greetings to all. Nice to have you back, Connor. Hope you're doing just fine. Doing just fine, my friend. Thank you. Michael says, there is nothing better than Crypto Empire. We're digital millionaire made in an overnight. Keep up the good works. Your channel is very much appreciated. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate that. Rigoberto says, Connor, with more bigger corporations getting into Bitcoin, will those same big corporations get into altcoins as well? Great question, Rigoberto. So we are human beings here. By the way, it looks like Arbitrum is bull flagging on the 12-hour chart here at resistance, which is bullish. Anyway, so great question, Rigoberto. Are the big corporations going to get into altcoins as well? So these big corporations, they are after one thing and one thing only. Money. Greenbacks. Cash. That's all they want. So there's a good chance, yes, they will get into altcoins as well. Why? Because altcoins are where retail heads, and of course they want to control everything. You know, they want to control what all retail does. So there's a very good chance, yes, they will also get into altcoins, especially when the bull run actually does kick off. But here at Crypto Empire, we are looking to be before the big institutions and corporations. We'll have them pump our bags, and then we'll have the retail and the bull market come in. Right, the people that aren't subscribed to Crypto Empire, that aren't paying attention to the market over the past 2 years when it's been completely dead, and everybody has been doing other things in their life because they're like, oh, crypto, I don't even care about this anymore, it's down so much. We're here every single day in the trenches, grinding, finding the best opportunities. So we're going to be before all of these people. We're already before all of them, and they're going to pump our bags. So yeah, altcoins for sure. We'll see the big corporations flood into those. Now, Arbitrum, let's talk about it. So, like I just said, it looked like we were forming a bit of a bull flag here on the 12-hour price chart. As you see here, we are in, let's go to a 4-hour so you guys can see it a little bit better. So, yeah, we're in this downwards sloping consolidation after a big move up. So, for anybody that has no idea how to find a measure and move price target, you're in luck. I'll show you right now. All right, what we do is we take the bottom of this impulse wave higher, this move, from top to bottom. We draw a trend line. We right-click on that trend line and we hit clone. After we clone the trend line, we draw it, we place it at the breakout spot of the bull flag. So an Arbitrum breakout, a measured move price target would take it right up to $1.31, which if we do look at the chart, it makes sense. That's an obvious level of resistance up here. I also have a red supply zone drawn. So yeah, for a measured move breakout on Arbitrum right now, 31 cents is the target. Now let's talk about how to actually play this and get into the trade. So we do have Monday coming up tomorrow. Using the Monday range to trade is a very good strategy. If you want to learn about the Monday range trading strategy, again, you're in luck. You're in the right place. I made a full 30-minute video on how to trade the Monday range with examples. All right, so you guys should know how you should know what I'm talking about when I say the Monday range trading strategy. But yeah, we can wait for the Monday range to form and then play off of that to start the week. That's probably the wise thing to do. But if we do want to play a little bit more aggressive, I mean, this low, here's the thing. Right now, everybody that entered along over the weekend, they all have their stop losses right here, $1.05. So where are the market makers going to flush the price to stop all those people out and then reverse it and actually pump it? They're going to pump it right to where everybody's stop loss is. Okay, so if we want to take the opposite end of that, we can bid 105. We can bid 105 down here. And really we want to see how it's going to react to this channel as well, the flag itself, right? If we see a move like this, where it sweeps 105 and then shows signs of a reversal at the bottom trend line of this bull flag channel, that's going to be our confirmation to enter into the position. Okay, so you shouldn't just blindly enter. The reason I said to have your own trading view open on your own chart and do this along with me is so that you're prepared for when price makes its move down there. I never really recommend just blindly longing or shorting a level. We want to wait until the price gets there, see how it reacts, and then we can go ahead and make our move based off of what the information is telling us on the lower time frames. The time frames like the 15-minute and the 1 hour are typically what I look for to find my confirmation entry signals. Right, so like I just said, if we get a sweep of 105 and we start to show signs of a reversal on the lower time frames at this bottom trend line, then yeah, I'm going to take a long down here on ARB. I was going to say APT. We can put the stop there, and our target is the breakout measure and move up here, 25% on Arbitrum. Looking to take this bull flag breakout. Okay, so that's SUI and Arbitrum. What I'm seeing here on the charts. And back to the 12-hour here. So we had a 12-hour range, and the 12-hour range looked like this. Let me grab this. Looked like this. My lines aren't exactly perfect, but I'll fix it right now so there's no confusion. Anyway, this was the previous range. Some people might draw it to there. Either works, doesn't really matter. But essentially, what happened here was price deviated from this range. Okay, this whole move was a deviation. We got back above the range low, pumped straight out of it, and now we're using the 50% of the range as resistance, and we're flagging. We're bull flagging and consolidating here. Okay, so maybe we sweep the lows one more time and then we go. That's the trade I just outlined for you. Hope that makes sense. Get ready for it. Like I said, don't just blindly long the level, but have it prepared. And what you should do, is draw a line here. You want to right click on the line, hit add alert on horizontal ray or horizontal line. And then you can do only once. You can do once per bar. Doesn't really matter. Save the alert name as ARB long line, whatever works. It's going to pop up on your phone, and you're going to get an email when the Arbitrum price comes down to this level so that you're notified right away and you can enter the trade on the spot, either on your computer, on your phone, wherever you are. You'll be able to enter because of the notification, okay, without just blindly placing the order ahead of time, which you can do. It does work, but I recommend to wait for a confirmation signal on the lower time frames. All right, let me see what else is going on here with this live chat. ETH, Solana, and Corodanza. We'll take a look at ETH in just a moment, Moonshine. How high do I see Bitcoin dominance going this year? 52 to 60%. 60% would be a stretch. It would be a real stretch, and altcoins would take a huge punishing if we saw Bitcoin dominance go to 60%, but it is possible. But we'll see what happens when we get to 52, which is my level I've had on my chart for like years now. Jasper, just saw some videos of Ben Cohen, who is really bearish on altcoins, claims Bitcoin won't go higher than $35,000 this year. interesting take from Ben. I do disagree. And yeah, I just disagree. All right, let's take a look at Ethereum and some others. Let's keep going through these alts. So, oh, we got Tintin with us. What up, Tintin? How are you, my friend? I didn't see your message before. Good to have you here. All right, so Ethereum. If you guys ever want a good laugh and also cringe at the same time, go watch Carl from the Moon say the word Ethereum. You're going to cringe. Anyway, I haven't watched his channel in a very long time, but it's just one of those things where whenever I say Ethereum, I think of his little face. So ETH over here, up in this 1920 supply level, all right? It is putting in a triple top, head and shoulders, really a triple top. With, if you go to the 4 hour, if you go to the 4 hour, you have obvious, very strong bearish divergence with this triple top, right? You got 1, 2, 3 in this resistance level. Everything here is pointing down towards a breakdown. Okay, but we have not broken support just yet. Obviously, we have support over here at 1870. This is both the monthly open for June and today's daily open, right at 1870 on ETH. So if we do lose 1870, then I can see it's pulling back down here to the quarterly open, and also what I have outlined as my iron wall resistance. It was previous resistance, now will act as support, and that's at 1825. Okay, so for the level for ETH to watch for the pullback is going to be 1820 to 1825. A lot of signs that price wants to break down right now. We're in resistance. We have a triple top. We have bearish divergence. Everything here is pointing towards a move lower, towards 1825. So yeah, that's what we're seeing on ETH. Pretty self-explanatory, really. I would not long it. And shorting is also kind of risky as well, because if we look on the 12 hour, we have these highs up here that haven't been touched yet. This is at 2021 or 2020. 2019 is technically the high here. All right, so yeah, it is possible that price just wants to go and sweep. A bunch of people are short. Where do they have their stop loss? Right here. This is the level of liquidity. So we could see one pump here, and then they rug it to 1825. That's ETH. I personally am not looking to take a position on this just yet. I would be interested in a long down here at 1825, but yeah, as of right now, it's in a bit of a sketchy place. Certainly the charts are telling me it wants to drop, but we're in an uptrending market where everything is kind of irrational, and we could just see it get pumped here, grab this liquidity at 2020, and then rug it to 1825, leaving the top longers absolutely devastated, right? If you're a market maker, you want to draw as many people in as possible, and then you want to drop it, right, and have them sell at a loss, because this is a zero-sum game. In order for one to profit, another one has to lose. And the market makers, their job is to make as much money as possible. I mean, that's my job and your job as well. That's why we do this. That's why we look at these charts so much. That's why we spend so much time looking at the market. It's to make money from it, right? It can be fun, but it's not fun all the time. It's work. It is work. So anyway, we're in this to make money. How do the market makers make as much money as possible? They get as many people in from emotions, right? Fear of missing out. They pump the price and then they rug it. So ETH could pump up here to 2020 before it actually does move down. Watch out for that scenario if it does happen. If we do get a pump up to 2020, that's a short. That is a clean short, okay? I will be looking for something like this, tight invalidation back down here. So it's kind of like one of those scenarios where if we get this, then we're going to do that. And Solana as well, we had a request for. So Solana showed some signs of life. Nice strong bounce up to $17 is a level I do have marked on my chart with this yellow dotted horizontal line. And yeah, we're in some nice heavy consolidation up here in the 12-hour, right at resistance. And it looks like it's forming a symmetrical triangle. Let's go to a 6-hour. I'll be able to easily articulate this for you guys. So we got this top line resistance level, resistance trend line, and we got the bottom line here. Okay, and as you can see, price is coming to an apex of this pattern. All right, you do have some signs of weakness, but the thing is, this divergence, right, when we're in an uptrend, it can just get invalidated so easily, the bearish divergence, right? And this is looking like it wants to go higher to start the week. But we're at the apex of this little symmetrical triangle right here. And a lot of times in the crypto market, on these breakouts, you'll see a false breakout and then the actual move. It can go either way, right? You go up, then they rug it down low. So trading the breakout itself is inherently kind of high risk. You have your support down here at 1658. Which way does it want to go? My gut says higher, but obviously you can't just trade off gut instinct alone. And you have these highs up here in the 4-hour. This would be a good target. Targeting these highs at 1937 on a breakout move. So everybody's going to have their stops here at 1610. They're going to have their stops at 1575, and they're going to have their stops at 1527. So the safe thing to do, right, the absolute safest way to play Solana right now would be to layer your bids in, because I do think this does trade higher. But the thing is, there's a very good chance that all of this liquidity gets swept before it actually does go higher. All right, so how do you enable yourself to profit from it, even if it does sweep this liquidity? Well, you just set layered bids. Right, so you would put your first initial entry at 1650. You would take another entry here at the next low at 1617. You take another one here at this low at 1575, and another one at this low at the mid-range at 1537. Right, and then you basically expect, if price does make its way all the way back down here. Also notice this is the top of one of my green demand zones. This is a weekly demand zone. Anybody that's been subscribed to my channel for a certain amount of time will know how reliable and powerful these green and red zones are on my chart. It's literally kind of like magic, how well they do work. Right? They're not going to be exact all the time, but a lot of the times, the top and bottom of these green zones are literally exact, where you'll see price literally wick it and then reverse, and that was the start of a new uptrend. Right? It's happened so many times. I have so many case studies, so many back tests of this playing out, which is why I really always like to pay attention to my daily and weekly supply and demand zones, because they are that useful and that reliable. Okay, so that's why I really like 1537 down here on a pullback. All right, and obviously if you want to short that breakdown, you can, but you're kind of playing with fire. But that's Solana, guys. That's what I'm seeing. I do think it goes higher, but I would be cautious of a pullback first. And it's gonna go in either direction soon out of this pattern, out of this symmetrical triangle. All right, and another one we got asked about was Matic. Anybody who calls this Polygon, I don't know what you're talking about. It's always going to be Matic to me, right? Reason being is Matic was, it was basically my best performer ever. It was my best investment ever. I bought Matic November of 2020 for $0.01 before they changed it to Polygon. So I always call it Matic regardless. Now let's take a look at this chart here, kind of similar to Solana, what we just looked at, where you have this kind of obvious diagonal here acting as resistance. And you also have a bottom support diagonal as well. And we're in consolidation. If you look at the 12-hour, it's really struggling again to get above this green zone initial line. And this comes into play at 67.8 cents. All right, notice how none of these 12-hour candles can actually close above this level. This is also the previous week high. So this is struggling right now. This is struggling underneath resistance. A lot of signs of inherent weakness being present right now in the charts, just like Solana, where you got the obvious weakening of momentum with the divergence lowering. Yeah, same, really a very similar chart to what we just looked at on Solana, where, you know, you can get this scenario, you pump up, sweep the highs, and then you rug. Or you break down, come back into this level of demand near the Monday low, and then you fly from there. Right, it's not only in like a really, really hysteria retail-driven bull market will you just get the clean breakouts on these basic chart patterns like a symmetrical triangle, descending wedge, uprising wedge, stuff like that. It's really only in like a retail market where there's a lot of liquidity flowing, where you'll get the clean breakouts on these chart patterns. Usually when the market is low liquidity, you get a lot of fake outs, fake breakdowns, fake breakouts. So that's why I'm explaining it how I am right now. It's because I just know how this market tends to move, and you get a lot of false moves. So Matic, again, similar situation where you kind of want to mark the lows and look for those. All right, so you got 59 cents, you got 62 cents, and you also got 64 cents for your key low prices on Matic, key levels. All right, so I would keep it simple and just kind of look to bid these levels. And ideally, you can catch an entry down here. Stop right there under this candle low, where I'm looking right here. And yeah, you can look to take this back up really to the yearly open. Now, on the weekly, I'm very aware of what's happening with Matic. Right, the weekly not looking so hot. The bear market low down here at 31 cents. Now, certainly a ton of weakness on the weekly. Right, this is concerning. All right, what would alleviate the concerns would be a reclaim of this low from September at 69 cents. Okay, as you see, this needs to happen. If this doesn't happen, Matic will go to 30 cents. Okay, if Matic does not reclaim 69 cents as support and it keeps on rejecting off of it, it's gonna come down and test either the lows exactly or, you know, close to the lows, sub 40 cents. Top of the green zone starts down here at 41 cents. All right, so Matic in a tricky place. We really want to watch and see. It's going to be a really good short if we can, if it continues to get rejected from this is the low I just showed you from September of 2022 at 68.69 cents. If it can't get above this level, it is on a path to 30 cents. Okay. Always important to look at the higher time frame so you understand what's going on there. So John Potter, that's my thoughts on Matic. We got Labradoodle asking for Litecoin. We'll look at Litecoin and then I want to talk about some other stuff. But last altcoin for now, and then we're going to come back to it towards the end of our stream. A lot going on right now. So LTC, we've seen this time and time again. Usually, yeah, I mean, this looks like it's ready to break down from this line. Interesting spot for Litecoin right here. RSI is resetting, so this is a big test, right? RSI cooling off, maybe for another pump higher. As you guys know, I'm bullish on Litecoin. I like Litecoin a lot. I think it's got a lot of really good fundamentals that people just overlook, right? The fact that it has the MWeb privacy technology optionally built into it, and the fact that it also mines Dogecoin. I think it's a good coin to hold going into the next cycle. A lot of people are going to disagree with me, but that's fine. I don't care. I hold it. But yeah, Litecoin here, testing this trend line, and it's looking kind of heavy. Okay, so if it does break down, watch for it to come to this one. This is going to be $85, and you want to see $85 hold, right? This would be a good spot to enter into a long. If the price starts to show you on the 1 hour time frame, it's going to reverse from 85, right? Then you can enter a long and start targeting $100 plus again. But yeah, it looks like it's about to blow through 87 on the support diagonal trend line. And yeah, I mean, realistically, you can look to trade this back up into the hundreds. Because if we have that scenario where Bitcoin kind of cools off, or even if Bitcoin pumps again, then we're going to see altcoins start to really move. And yeah, Litecoin typically does pump really hard, as you guys have seen throughout all of 2023. All right, so that's Litecoin. Let's go ahead and talk about some stuff regarding our Twitter wisdom. So if you guys haven't already, watch my new beginner crypto tutorial on my channel. This is really good if you're brand new, or if you have a family or friend who's just getting into crypto and they want to know how to get started. Watch this video, best way to buy any altcoin. It's a 53-minute step-by-step presentation, you know, showing you the ropes on how to do everything on your own and be self-sufficient over here in crypto. So really good video there. Now, let's also look at some of these memes, right? Well, we got to talk about memes because, you know, memes are relevant. I hold them. Now, first one we're going to look at over here is Monkey's token. And Monkey's over here, it's in a spot where it's down like 90% from the highs, right? If you take a measurement from the high down to the low, all right, it's down 83%. It's a big pullback. Now, I first talked about monkeys, just to remind everybody, over here, right? I first called it. It was around a $3 million market cap. It went down below 1 million. I was still talking about it. I bought some more below 1 million. And then it took off to 40 million. A lot of people didn't buy it down here, but they did buy it, you know, up here and up here. Buying tops, basically. Now, the reason a lot of people lose money is because they buy tops and sell bottoms. Okay? So a lot of people that were buying up here and, you know, up here, this isn't that bad, but, you know, up here, what are they doing down here after they bought the top? They're probably selling the bottom. Okay? I don't know if this is the exact bottom, but I think it's at least very, very close. And the only reason that it would get moved lower would be if more big holders just want to exit and get out. And I personally believe at this moment in time, most people who don't have strong hands and wanted to get out are most likely out at this point. So I don't really think we're going to see a lot of big whales continue to exit from this. We saw a lot exit during this entire downtrend. But what happens when all that selling pressure disappears? Ask yourself. It's good. It means that there's just nothing but basically buyers, nothing but demand. This is just supply and demand 101. This is how it works. When price gets to a level where buyers are willingly going to buy the token, they're going to buy it and pump the price up until they find a price where they willingly want to sell it. Okay, and basically what we're doing is we're just finding the level of demand that's going to hold right now for monkeys. Now, as you see, we have made 2 consecutive lower lows. First one down here on June 14th and 15th. Second one over here on June 22nd and 23rd. Right, so these are lower lows, and now I can pull up. This is a meme, so it's really not it's still relevant. It can still work, but it's not as kind of a given. But on the 12-hour time frame, you do have clean bullish divergence. All right, so it's there. This could be the bottom. It could flush down lower again. I'm not sure. It really depends if a big whale wants to exit or not. But if all the selling pressure is done, then yeah, I mean, this thing is close to bottoming out soon. I'm still very bullish on Monkeys tokens. Haven't lost my conviction with everything that's going on too and what they're planning. I would not fade it. Of course, not financial advice, but if it does even drop lower, I will buy more. I will tell you right now, I will buy more. And talking about that real quick, just to go over some Twitter wisdom from our guy Crash. I want to share this with you because it's so true. So this is a Twitter thread from Crash Trading, and he says, meme coins have made me lose empathy for people. I used to be nicer, but not anymore. Now I realize no matter what, if you are in memes, 95% of people will complain and never have any self-responsibility for themselves. Now, I don't really say it as vocally as Crash does, but he is so right. Nobody has self-responsibility. Everybody just wants to point fingers and blame, etc., etc. So he's saying meme coin space is highly concentrated with the lowest quality, bottom of the barrel losers who think they can get rich buying tops and chasing pumps. You cannot find bigger losers than in the meme coin space, right? You get people at 50x and they buy the top there. So, look at his little thread here. He's speaking the truth. You need to, if you're investing in these meme coins that you're buying on DEX tools on Uniswap, right? They're only on MetaMask. You got to understand the risk you're taking. This is high risk stuff. It is very easy to lose everything when you do this. Now, if you guys have been paying attention, I've had a pretty good track record over the past year, really even few years, with calling these meme coins and being successful trading them. That's because I don't like to just buy anything. I really am selective with them. But no matter what, the most important thing is that you need to comprehend the risk you're taking when you enter into the meme space. It is extremely high risk and you can lose everything so quickly, especially if you get greedy and really start chasing new garbage. And if you follow the Twitter accounts that only talk about memes, you're almost guaranteed to lose money. Or if you're in those Telegram groups like the Gem Call group, it's literally a pump and dump factory and you are the exit liquidity. I would say 99% of the tokens they post in those groups end up being rug pulls where you get exploited. So really stay away from all of that. If you're going to enter into the meme space, I would suggest you follow what I do, which is just to be hyper selective. Be hyper selective with what you buy and really only buy what you have true conviction in. And of course, take self-responsibility for all of your trades. And I've been pretty successful doing it. So if you follow kind of what we talk about here at Crypto Empire, you should be able to at least get close to replicating some of the results. Obviously, everybody is on their own individual journey, and you're the one pressing the buy and sell button. So don't expect my exact outcome to be your exact outcome. But you can be pretty close if you follow along what I'm doing. If you just listen to me talking about monkeys for like 2 months when it was down here at the bottom, you would have been able to catch this ride up and you would still be in a profit even after the 85% pullback. So again, take self-responsibility, guys. Nobody wants to hear your complaints. Losses happen in trading. Losses are a part of trading. They happen every single day. And if you cannot handle them, if you cannot cope with them, then maybe this isn't for you, right? Anyways, hope that all makes sense. Let me catch up with our live chat over here and see what's going on. All right, we're getting some more altcoin requests, so let's take a look at some more alts. INJ, DYDX. Let's take a look at INJ first. Starting things out on our daily price chart. get rid of this line. All right, so INJ. It's not looking especially great. Let me see. Maybe it is looking pretty good on second thought. After I put that line on the chart, it kind of made my vision clear. Lower time frames look a little bit sketchy. Anyway, on our daily time frame, I just threw this trend line up on the chart. All right, this trend line goes to the yearly high from April over here at $9.91. This one just here. And if I connect that line to the tops, it's not perfect. I would go like this. Trend lines are always going to be subjective, guys. There's no right or wrong way to do this. That's perfect. That's what I'm looking for. So if you look at this line, just to see the daily trend of how it's going, it's sideways. It's a sideways daily trend with consecutive lower highs and lower lows. So technically, actually, this is a downtrend, right? You have a high, you got a low here, lower high, lower low, pumps up, lower high, lower low here, right? This low over here at $5.41 is lower than this low at $5.60. High, but it's a lower high. All right, so this is actually in a downtrend right now in the daily time frame. Subjective, not subjective, objective. It's just how it is. It's reality. It cannot be argued with. This is in a downtrend. Lower highs and lower lows on the daily. Of course, a trend can be reversed and it can be broken out of, which will, as traders, that's what we anticipate. But on the daily time frame, it's in a downtrend. Now, with that being said, in order for it to break the downtrend, what does it need to do? It needs to make higher highs. And in this case, it would need to clear $8.23 to confirm a new uptrend. But again, as of right now, it's still in a downtrend, and it really should be treated as such. This is kind of concerning. Kind of looks like it's setting up for a little bit of a breakdown to start the week. In fact, it definitely kind of looks like that. Yeah, I would be careful taking any longs here on INJ. Essentially, I would just look for this line to break down at 670. Okay, so if you see price come down to this trend line and break down through it, that's to be kind of expected here in this downtrend. I can see some more consolidation happening in kind of this overall range before the actual breakout move happens, but yeah. Something like this, and if you want to get, really technical with it, I would basically try to get a short entry as close to these highs as possible. Because there's a decent chance, again, that the market makers hunt all of the stops, the short stops above 746. And if you take your entry up there, you're basically riding with the market makers, and then you can take that down to below $6. So that's what I see on INJ Tintin. Daily still in a downtrend. Lower highs, lower lows. It's all there. And yeah, that is INJ. Now let's take a look at DYDX. Looking good on the daily right now. Nice V reversal. Now again, lower highs and lower lows. Consecutive lower highs and lower lows. This was just a consolidation before the low. Okay, so again, another one. A lot of these alts are still in daily time frame downtrends. They haven't flipped yet. You know, Bitcoin obviously did flip with this week's candle. Right, it went from 25K to 31K. You know, that broke all the resistances, but a lot of these altcoins that are still really struggling here, and they're kind of playing catch up, which is why I said again at the beginning of the stream, if we have the scenario where Bitcoin cools off and goes sideways and stabilizes at 30K, all these altcoins are really going to catch a huge bid and pump higher. All right. But this is, you know, obviously this is a live stream. I'm on the spot right now. This is not rehearsed. This is just what I'm seeing in the charts and what my brain is telling me after thousands of hours of repetition and taking trades now in the markets for years. Anyway, DYDX. So pretty obvious it just pumped into resistance. And the next level higher would be 221. If you're in a long trade, you know, you should have entered from lower, right? If you were in from like 180 or so. After this, I would have moved my stop loss to like the entry at 180. And you could still be targeting these highs at 221. But you really want to eliminate risk from the trade. And you should have already taken partial profits at this point. But yeah, this is climbing higher right now. It's in this beautifully shaped parallel upward sloping channel, right? Respecting this channel really well. Typically, when we get like a rising channel like this, just as a descending wedge is going to be bullish. Oh, you guys can't see that, sorry. That's a descending wedge, right? Usually a descending wedge will be bullish. A rising wedge is going to be like bearish, where it breaks down. And DYDX is in a rising channel here, so yeah, it's kind of looking like a breakdown is going to ensue here. But of course it could be invalidated. If it was to get invalidated, it would be one of the cases where it breaks out above the channel. It would be like a parabolic explosive pump, probably right to the quarterly open, and then it cools off and then breaks down. But yeah, I would look for this to continue respecting the channel. And if it does see another pump up, 220 is your level to short. And then I would look for a breakdown really towards, you know, 170 over here. So not the best risk reward if you enter right at 221, because you would have to safely put the stop above the quarterly open at 225. You could play it to here and reduce the risk a little bit. This would give you a 2.3 to 1. It's not bad. But yeah, I mean, this is in a daily downtrend, this rising channel. Typically, this is a bearish consolidation, right? If it was descending, just like if we look at Bitcoin on the weekly time frame, right? This is a descending channel. This is bullish consolidation. If it was rising, it would be bearish, basically expecting a breakdown. That should make sense. It should really make sense if you've ever taken my trading course where I explain this with hours of video content. If you want to find out more information about that, you can go to my website, cryptoempireko.io, and click on the trading course over here. I talk about all of this stuff in detail. Basically for hours, I explain everything and go over examples. But yeah, that's DYDX. Downtrend right now. I would look for a breakdown from the 220 level. And I want to show you XRP. I was looking at XRP earlier while we're on the weekly time frame too. So XRP over here on the weekly time frame, as you see, is in a major symmetrical triangle. Okay, a major symmetrical triangle. So this is going to be a massive breakout. What direction do I think it's going to go? I think it's going to break out higher. Okay, but it has not broken out just yet. It has not happened yet. And we do have to be a little bit careful because on the weekly we have a double top with lower highs. So, and we're at this trendline resistance. So it's not confirmed that it's going to break out higher. But if you were to tell me which direction is it going to go, I would say higher. If you're going to ask me, not tell me. But yeah, XRP certainly worth noting here. Yeah, this is major. This is like a multi-year breakout in the works. So on a successful breakout, I would basically look forward to trade towards $1. And this is obviously a gain of 100% from current price. So if we see it this week, or maybe 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now, we see like a 30% daily candle on XRP. Just remember this live stream, this moment right now, right? This is cooking. A 30% daily candle is cooking, and really a complete move of 100% is also cooking as well. All right? So let XRP cook here and get ready for this big breakout move. Let's drop this to a lower time frame and see if we can kind of dissect an entry. This trade that you see on the screen, I believe I outlined this last week in the live stream. I also outlined waves in last week's live stream too. Anybody, all my loyal subscribers paying attention, you guys know that I'm calling these moves well ahead of time. I didn't take this trade myself, but this was outlined in the live stream last week. Go back to last week's stream and review this. But yeah, I made this clear as day it was going to pump, and you'll see me put this on the chart here. Everything lined up, it looked perfect, and it happened. So in a lot of instances, these moves that we look at here do actually play out. They don't always happen, but a lot of the times they do. So yeah, XRP, let's go back to the 12-hour. My apologies. Get rid of this now. Yeah, 45 to 47 cents would be kind of an ideal level to grab an entry of this in here. Right, you don't want to see it break this low at 45 cents because that's going to show a lot of weakness. And that would basically mean that this resistance is holding up for now, if it did break below 45 cents. But yeah, kind of an ideal scenario would be a dip below 48 into here, and then it goes. Okay, so that's kind of the plan for XRP. Big breakout coming, folks. Big breakout coming. And we look to take this up to like $1. So that's what I'm seeing there. Moonshine says, what is the chance of an Ethereum ETF? So yeah, I think that will happen, but Bitcoin first. Bitcoin needs to get approved first, and then ETH. We got Mike B 1800 in the building with us. What is up, Mike B? Woody asking for LYX and Nomad with Qatar. We took a look at Matic. I broke down Matic already in the stream for you. Okay, so LYX here. It's in an iffy spot. Why is it in an iffy spot? Because it broke down from this daily trend line over here in the beginning of June. Put in a nice V-shaped recovery. Got back above the line, but it got rejected right from our $10 resistance. Now it's trading below it. And it never retested the line either. So this kind of looks a little bit concerning. Kind of like a bearish retest of this resistance before possibly legging lower. Which in this case, I would actually be really happy if it did that, right? Because I want to buy as much LYX below $10 and as close to like $5 as possible. I truly believe that LYX is going to be a $100 plus coin, realistically $200 plus at the peak of the bull run. Again, it's new tech. This is a newer kind of altcoin here. I mean, yeah, it has been around obviously from 2020. It saw a full cycle where it only went up to $41 though. They were supposed to release their mainnet over here in 2021. It got delayed. And here we are in 2023. The mainnet just launched. They're also about to launch their bridge to Ethereum. So liquidity is going to flow into the network and it's going to be a real network you can use now. So fundamentals, so bullish on LYX. extremely bullish. It's one of my top layer 1 picks going into this next bull run, fundamentally speaking. Let's talk about the chart and the technicals right now. Like I just said, kind of looks like a bearish retest here in the daily time frame. In order to invalidate that, we would need to get above 1085 and close above these highs, this resistance. If we can do that, hold this as support, then we're all clear to start attacking the highs at 16 and then making new highs. Long-term speaking, like I just said, I think LYX is a $100, realistically $200 plus coin. So buying it right now below $10, I think is going to treat you really well in the long run. Not financial advice. That's my own personal opinion. And that's what I've done myself, right? I bought it down here around 10 bucks and lower. But yeah, sentiment-wise on the chart, it's in an iffy place, Woody. It is in an iffy place right now. Because this is getting rejected off of resistance. It's kind of like a bearish retest. And you also, if you draw a trend line from the highs over here from April, and you connect it to all these wicks, you know, as you can see, you're rejecting from the line too. Okay, so unless that changes and it breaks above these resistances, I would expect at least another retest. Maybe it wants to double bottom down here, and I would bid. We just got a $4.99 super chat from our man Sniff. What's up, Sniff? Thank you for that super chat. Anyway, yeah, the 78.6, $8 on LYX is the bid level if you get it. Shout out to Sniff, the $4.99 super chat, saying, how about some technical analysis for OmniFlix? Been staking a bag since API was over 1,000%, currently at 287%. It's the utility token for NFT makers. Sniff, my man, we can certainly look at Flix. But Woody, that's Luxo. Let me see Flix over here. So Sniff has a nose for gems, is what I've noticed. Anybody newer to the channel here, just joining us for their live stream, my live stream for the first time, you know, Sniff has been joining the streams since like the original Crypto Empire Morning Domination days in like May of 2022. So for over a year, we have been blessed with Sniff's presence in the live streams, and he does have a nose for these gems. Now this one, it's the Cosmos gem. So TA, as you know, Sniff, you always ask me about these coins. It's tough to do TA on Cosmos coins because they're only on osmosis. Let me see this. I haven't been on osmosis in a very long time. But let's go see if we have like charting features now. Tintin says he's been waiting on the OmniFlix airdrop. Tintin, another one who has an eye for low caps. Let's see. Where's Flix? Here we are. All right, we got a little chart here. Got a little chart here on Osmosis Zone. All right, Sniff, my man. So on the daily time frame, this looks pretty good for you. This thing only launched on April 23rd. It pumped up to $2, and it's now dead at 14 cents. So if you believe in this coin, I mean, this is like buying the bottom. So yeah, I mean, the chart, really not a ton to talk about from a TA perspective because it is brand new. It came out in April, and it literally had the launch pump. This is common. You'll see a token launch pump and then sell off. And yeah, I mean, this thing's just at the bottom. Okay. So if anybody doesn't know what exchange this is osmosis.zone. This is the main exchange on the Cosmos Atom network. I have made a lot of videos in the past showing you how to use Osmosis. So search that on my channel if you want to learn how to use this. But yeah, you need Kepler Wallet obviously for Cosmos. But Sniff, like I said, you're at the bottom. You're at the bottom, mate. Could have dropped lower, sure it could, but yeah, this thing looks bottomed out. You just have to wait for it to come back to life, essentially. And market cap, 2 million. No, that's Joshua. We'll look at that in a second. Let me see this. Coin market cap. What is the market cap of Flix? Doesn't show it. WTF, mate. Alright, I don't know what the market cap of this thing is. So we can't really use that as a metric. Alright, let's see. Joshua saying VRA has same supply tokens as Sui cryptocurrency and Arbitrum. Metis is going to be $100 each. Yeah, Metis is a good one. For sure. We'll look at Luna in a moment, Tintin. Coin Hall, that's right, Dre. The previous Terra Luna exchange place or chart place is now moved over to Cosmos. Let's see, Homer Simpson cryptocurrency is underrated, undervalued in my opinion. Still has 11 zeros and a $2 million market cap. Now BitBoy Ben is talking about ADA. Not sure, Sniff. I know it has NFTs and a new Homer Simpson AI bot. Yeah, I mean, listen, if you guys still watch BitBoy, I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, I just don't know what to say if you still watch that clown. Let's see, Homer. Is there a Homer Simpson coin? Yeah, there is. 1 month ago. $2 million market cap. So this is a meme. I'm not endorsing this meme. I've never heard of it before. Really don't even know what it's about. Looked like it had a nice pump, and then it's been selling off since. Could be a possible reversal forming. I have no idea. Let's take a look at their Twitter account. So first red flag, nobody that I follow on Twitter. I mean, I only follow 372 accounts. But my sparkling water. Cheers. Anyway, first red flag is that nobody that I follow follows this coin, so it's just like kind of sketchy. But yeah, I don't know about Homer. It could pump, it could not. I'm not going to buy it personally. Anyways, let's take a look at Luna. So Luna, I mean, just seriously weak. You know, this is what happens when Do Kwon just like takes the supply for himself. Look at this red bar. That's so funny. Literally to $0. Oh man, takes me back. Got the PTSD memories going through my head right now. But yeah, notice how it's trading so far below the yearly open. Like, that's just selling pressure. That's like millions and millions and millions of dollars of selling pressure to cause the sell-off so hard. That's probably Do Kwon just selling the tokens that he reserved for himself. I don't know for sure, so don't take my word for it, but that's just my speculation. This chart, this does look like capitulation. The selling volume, it's high, but it's not crazy high. Like usually I would want to see capitulation be like up here for volume, selling volume. It's not really there. I don't know. Yeah, this thing. I mean, it looks toast, not gonna lie. Like, it's so weak compared to every other asset in the market. Just making these new lows. So let's find our breakdown point. Let's find our origin. This pump looks like such an artificial scam from the 4th of June. I'm going to use that wick. So I'm going to grab the low, and I'm going to take it up to this high. So if you notice, on the retracement thus far, it is getting caught up at the 38.2. So like I was talking about earlier in the stream, we were looking at a coin and it was holding the 38.2 as support. In this case, it's being used as resistance, okay? And usually if the 38.2 holds, that means that the trend is very strong. So in this case, the asset is moving down in price. And the retracement higher is resistance. So if this holds as resistance, that means we have a really strong downtrend here. And I would expect 47 cents to get broken through, or maybe at least a retest of down here, 47 cents. But yeah, this is weak, mate. Possible that it does come up here to 80, especially if we see altcoins, really start to move and pump. And there is the scenario that this was the sell-off bottom. That's possible. I wouldn't totally discredit that scenario that, this was the capitulation bottom. Reason I say that, 50 cents, 47 cents. It would make sense that ends up being the bottom. Like if we looked at this in like 6 months and we see that 47 cents was actually the bottom, it would look so obvious in hindsight. Like, oh yeah, it tested 50 cents, it held, and then it went up from there. I've seen it happen. Wouldn't be surprised if it happens again. But yeah, I mean, as it stands right now, obvious weakness here, well below the yearly open, lower highs, lower lows, and the 38.2 is holding as resistance. So it's very, very risky. You're kind of playing with fire if you just buy down here and just wait, because chances are it does actually kind of go lower on Luna. Yeah, Tintin, I see your comment about Anchor Protocol right here. And I talked about it in the beginning of the video. I talked about that in the beginning of the video with Anchor, and I was not sure either what the heck is going on there. And I just saw Sniff's comment about finishing cutting his grass. So yeah, we're going to look at one more chart, then go ahead and start to wrap this up. We've been going for an hour and a half. I do appreciate everybody's concentration with me throughout this entire stream. Hope you guys have learned a ton. Last thing we'll look at is Ethereum versus Bitcoin. I see your comments over here. Who is this? Sui has an unlock very soon. Crypto Finder, thank you for letting me know. Let me see something. All right, so the next unlock is in 7 days, and they're going to unlock $45 million worth of Sui. And as of right now, only 6.2% of the supply is unlocked. And they're going to make it 6.8% in 1 week. And this is going to the Sui Foundation. So I would expect them to sell every single one of those coins. And the Community Access Program sounds like something where they're going to sell every single one of those coins. So yeah, we have $45 million of selling pressure coming to the SUI coin in 1 week. So real quick, Crypto, who said that? Crypto Finder, thank you for posting that in the live chat and having me look at it. So in that case, $45 million of possible selling pressure. This was where we were looking at holding the 38.2, by the way. But yeah, $45 million of possible selling pressure. That could mean we can see it in the low 60s again, and maybe even the high 50s. Right? Maybe like a 14 to a 20% pullback. Whoops, I didn't want to do that. And if we were to get that, yeah, we're looking at like 65, maybe 56 cents or anywhere in between. But I think SUI is going to be a good buy. I think they're going to pump it like they did with Aptos. It's like the same thing basically. So they're probably going to use the same playbook. APT, if you look at APT over here, big breakout from this falling wedge on the 12-hour and daily time frames. But again, still underneath resistance here. But if it holds a retest, then it's going to fly. Anyway, let me look at Ethereum versus Bitcoin. So we looked at Bitcoin dominance and we talked about all the signals that it wants to go lower. Could be low enough. I mean, yeah, like the move low already kind of happened, right? If you look at the weekly chart, right, 3 straight down weeks. And if you look at this weekly candle now, it's closing in a bullish sweep. This candle won't close for another 3 hours and 47 minutes. But if it closes like it does right now, this is a bullish sweep on the weekly, not to be ignored. All right, and this would also, like, if this were to pump, that means Ethereum is going to pump versus Bitcoin, and that's very, very bullish for altcoins as well. Bullish in this block as well. I don't recall when I put this block on my chart, but this is a bullish order block here. Okay, so we have a weekly sweep in a bullish order block. Some people might call that like a fair value gap. Whatever term you want to use works. Right, you have the wick here and a wick here. All right, so you can call this a fair value gap. And yeah, this is a good place to look for a reversal basically. And all of the signals are basically there on the lower time frame. I just realized you guys can't even see that, but you do actually have bullish divergence. Yeah, this looks like a bottom for ETH Bitcoin, at least temporarily in the short term. So yeah. And then one more thing. So you guys should be well aware that I made a video about the Easy token. And yeah, I mean, in last week's live stream, some guy was like, "Oh, Connor, you know, I used to respect you, but you talked about Pulse Chain. It's a scam." Listen, if you know how this market works, everything, literally everything, is a scam. We're the suckers for the VCs, all right? Like, that's why that logic just, it makes no sense to me how people kind of, I mean, I understand how they think like that, but it's like everything in this market is basically a scam. If you haven't noticed, breaking news. But anyways, Easy, and the reason I say everything is a scam, if you know how these VC structures work, right? We just looked at SUI, right? These people they get unlocked their tokens 70x from where they bought it in the pre-sale. They do all their marketing. Their team works extremely hard to get retail investors in like us, right? So it pumps the price for their VCs and for their team tokens. The second their tokens get unlocked, they sell it all. All right. So is that not a scam? Everything, all of these new tokens, they all have the same structure. They're all structured like this. Everything is sketchy. Okay, you just have to know how to navigate in and get out. But yeah, I mean, that's why that logic just kind of like triggered me a little bit. It's just like, yeah, everything is like that, dude. But anyways, this one on Pulse Chain over here, guess what? It's not doing too bad. Or is it? Is that it? No, it's at 36. No, okay. Anyway, so this is at $36. This launched at $5. It traded at $60. That was a 12x from the fair launch price. So I mean, yeah, another win. Another win, guys. Like, what more else is there to say? Right? Anybody could have bought this. The fair launch, it happened very quickly, but it was still trading for like $20 for hours. Now it's basically up at 2x from that. So we stay winning, man. I don't really know what to say anymore. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. Hope everything made sense over here. We're going to go ahead and wrap this stream up now. If you liked it, let me know by smashing the like button down below. If you're looking for a group to join that gives technical analysis in my style like myself, well, then you should consider joining the Crypto Empire Premium Discord group. You can go to my website, cryptoempireco.io, and hit join Discord at the top. It will tell you everything that you need to know to get inside of the group. If you are looking for an exchange to trade on, I do recommend to trade on BitGet. Now, you do have to be aware that if you are in the US, you do need to use a VPN. All right, so that's just how it is. The US is cracking down on all exchanges. But anyways, there's a link to sign up to BitGet in the description down below. And I also have video tutorials on my channel. You can just go to my channel and search in the search bar here, BitGet. And I mean, I have 3 videos right here. Long tutorials showing you everything that you need to know. So check those out and get started trading on BitGet today. You get discounted links and deposit bonuses when you sign up, discounted fees and deposit bonuses when you sign up with my link. We covered a lot today, guys. We covered everything to know coming into this new upcoming week. Again, $28,400 is that level to look for on a Bitcoin pullback, ETH 1820. And we looked at a lot of altcoins as well. I'll certainly be looking at altcoins to start the week and see if we can find some trades after the Monday range is formed especially. But thank you all for being here. Hope you all had an amazing time right here at the Crypto Empire Sunday live stream. I'll see you all throughout the week with some more usual content. I'm looking forward to getting a lot more vids out for all of you guys. Follow me on Twitter if you're not following me already. And I'll see you in the next video. Have a great rest of your weekend. If you're on the other side of the world from me and it's already Monday for you, I hope you have a very productive day. And it's time for me to go. So I'll see you all in the next video. Have a good one. Connor from Crypto Empire, signing